Tonight, we are going to hear Bohème at the New Theatre, an opera which I hate because I love it so. It always breaks me all up. By the end of the evening, I'm univariably desperately enamored of the man who sits next to me, be he old or young, black or white, lame, halt, or blind, n'importe qui, such is Bohème. Belle da Costa Greene was the Morgan Library's inaugural director. That is a position that she held from 1924, when the Morgan was founded as a public research institution, until her retirement in 1948.
Belle Greene made this institution what it is today. She was the genius behind J. Pierpont Morgan's collection, and she's really recognized as one of history's greatest librarians.
Belle da Costa Greene was born Belle Marion Greener in 1879 in Washington, D.C., to Genevieve Ida Fleet and Richard T. Greener, who was the first black man to graduate from Harvard College in 1870. In the 1880s, the family, which included Belle Greene's 4 siblings, moved to New York City.
By 1896, Richard and Genevieve had split up, and Genevieve changed the family surname from Greener to Greene. The family claimed Portuguese ancestry and then passed as white in a deeply segregated American society after Reconstruction. By 1902, she would work at Princeton University Library and meet Junius Spencer Morgan. And it was Junius Spencer Morgan who would introduce Belle Greene to J. Pierpont Morgan, and he hired her as his librarian in 1905.
Belle da Costa Greene had incredibly high standards, and both she and J.P. Morgan believed that the Pierpont Morgan Library should only contain the very best, and that was the way that she approached everything about her work at the library.
We've embarked on this incredible project to transcribe over 600 letters that Belle Greene wrote to the art historian Bernard Berenson. It's the only substantial collection of personal papers related to Belle Greene in existence, and is therefore of paramount importance to understanding the biographical details of her life, her personal life, and also her professional career. We've included colleagues actually from across the Morgan in this project. During the pandemic, when Morgan was closed, we involved colleagues from visitor services and conservation in transcribing the letters. So it really has been a team effort across the institution.
Belle Greene and Bernard Berenson met in early 1909, and they began a more than 40-year epistolary affair. There's a real sense that they connected on an intellectual level, even though, of course, there was also romantic tenderness between them as well. Her letters are fascinating to read, and her voice comes through so strongly. She's witty and vivacious and intellectually curious. I think the story that emerges is one of an incredibly dynamic woman who is fiercely intellectual and who is part of an incredibly wide-ranging network of scholars, collectors, dealers.
You really also see how the collection was built through specific decisions and through specific kind of collecting approaches. She wants to see the text that shows that creative process unfolding on the page. We at the Morgan pride ourselves on collecting 6,000 years of the creative process, and it was very clear that Belle Greene was attuned to that idea from a very early point.
Our goal in transcribing these 600 plus letters is to make them publicly available. We are trying to create a digital corpus that scholars from around the world will be able to access.
It's a scholarly resource, but it's also a first place to go for anyone interested in Belle Greene and to hear her voice. This was a librarian unlike any other.